Hello, Siana here. We are wanting to just update you on where we're at in terms of groups. We're in the process of forming a group for autistic people who are in long-term relationships with non-autistic people. So sometimes that's called mixed neurotype relationships. It'll initially be a 6-week group, meeting fortnightly, probably starting in the autumn, early evening UK time. If that's of interest, please do get in touch with us. The next one, which may start around the same time, will be for autistic counsellors. Not supervision, not a space to talk about clinical issues, but a place for connection and relationship. Again, please let us know if you're interested in that. We will keep you posted. There is a sign-up sheet for our group's newsletter on our website on the group's page. If that would be easier, you'll get all of this information ahead of everybody else. Thank you so much. Lovely listeners.
This is a podcast which does not shy away from difficult and vulnerable topics. The content is of an adult nature and we do swear at times.
Welcome to the Autistic Licence podcast. I'm Siana and I'm in Carrickfergus in Northern Ireland.
I'm Leo in London.
We invite you to listen in on our conversations as we experiment with unmasking in an autistic space. We talk about what it means to discover we're autistic as adults, especially with established careers as therapists. We want people to know that autistic therapists exist and to broaden the conversation about neurodiversity. You're so welcome to join us, whoever you are and wherever in the world you are. We hope you'll find something of interest and connection here. Me and Lana are going to be in Scotland, and we looked up the weather today, and there's chance of rain every day. It's 15, 16, 17 degrees. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it must be just totally different.
Very often the usual thing is for the southeast of England, where London is always, well, not always, almost always the hottest place in the UK. And this week particularly, I happened to watch an extra long weather forecasty thing online from the Met Office, and there's the jet stream is coming in through the week, and that's going to cut the UK in half, and there's going to be a real north-south divide, and that's what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
It is going to be lovely where you live, and where you're going is going to be really lovely, and I'll be in my be sad and sweaty.
Sad and sweaty. I mean, it's kind of lovely, but it does get in the way of Lana's outfit choices, which is a problem because these outfit choices have caused really a lot of angst and debate for the past wee while.
It was the same in the lead up to Halloween, wasn't it? That was a very big deal. I think our listeners heard a bit about that at the time. Yes.
So now we have a bit of a situation where some of those need to be rethought.
Okay.
And hopefully nothing actually needs to be purchased tomorrow, because there is absolutely no time to be purchasing anything tomorrow. But yes.
Are you leaving tomorro?
No.
Tuesday.
Did I say we were leaving tomorrow? No.
I wasn't sure.
We're not leaving until Wednesday. We're there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the concert is in Glasgow on Thursday night. So if any of our listeners, mind you, this will not go out until August.
But you can still say what it is.
I'm talking about the Lana del Rey concert in Glasgow, and I booked tickets for this way back in, I don't know if it was October or November last year. And it's my daughter's first concert, so it's a really, really, really big deal. She was and is and has been all that time incredibly excited about this happening. It's a really big deal. And I do like Lana del Rey, not as much as Lana likes Lana del Rey, but I think I will enjoy it. And we got really good seats, actually. I've never really gone on to get tickets before, and of course they're a ridiculous price, but I suppose you have to do these things once in a lifetime. But it seems that I did do really well with the seats. So
very good. Yeah. Lana seeing Lana. There's a nice synchronicity there as well.
I just love that too.
It is lovely,
really nice that you kind of that kind of works out just at the time when she's calling herself Lana as well, because obviously for the first 11 years she didn't shorten her name, but now she does.
Yes.
So
yes. So, and are you excited?
That's what I said. I think that because I actually like her. Obviously, it's like seated, so it's not going to be like a mosh pit or anything odious like that. So it's all going to be very civilised. And yeah, I've been hearing all the lore and all the things to expect. And you know, my concert outfit has been vetted because it has to apparently be Lana Del Rey style. You can't just wear what you want to wear. You have to wear something that Lana would wear.
And she'll be checking on you on the way in and on the way out, I would imagine. She does it all her concerts.
So yeah, that has all been sorted. But I'm excited about the whole trip because
that's what
we're going to do Glasgow and Edinburgh, and my Lana has never been to Scotland or any of those places, so I think we're going to have lots of fun. And you know, we've had like the challenge of GCSEs and just busyness and study leave and coordination, and we've done really, really well to navigate all that. And I know it sounds like me saying we sounds very sort of like, oh my goodness, it's not you.
Yeah, but it's just the two of you there, and you will have
taking the exams.
You will have experienced it.
Been taking the exams, but I mean that we had like, you know, because having her at home for study leave meant that we had to coordinate everything and work out who was doing what when, and we had this parallel lovely timetable calendar thing running that we made, and it said where she was and what she was studying and what she was like, what exams were on when, so we could see it all visually. And then we had like when I would be in the cabin and, you know, all of that kind of thing, so that she always could look and know where I was going to be, and when lunchtime could kind of be and things like that. So there's been an 8-week kind of, I don't know, schedule, if you like, of that.
That's been a big thing that's happened since we last potted. It's been just the two of us, and that's
it's been a big thing whenever you're 16 and you finish your kind of 12 years of schooling, and you take these state exams, and you know, they go on for a long time, and you know, and just with all the like, you know, just getting used to something being different, the different rhythms, not being in school, some friends not coming back to school, everything's about to change, and, you know, managing sleep and all of that whenever it's outside of the school rhythm, private, you know, independent study, some discipline involved in that, all of those kind of things that we've, you know, worked on and navigated our way through. And
exactly, and I'm really struck by that. There's that is all very hard for all 16-year-olds, pretty much. But when you've got a neurodivergent household doing that together, that sounds. You know, I love the sound of the specifics of the timetable, just knowing where you were and where each other was, what they were doing. That's I would imagine a really reassuring kind of anchor through a day. Yeah. When everything is also, as you're saying, completely different rhythms, different responsibilities of how you manage yourself, and being outside of a more constricted kind of timetable and more directive use of your time that comes from other people when you're at school, and suddenly to be let loose for a long period of time feels like a long period of time. But she could check in with me every few hours and knew when I would be in and out, so that wasn't kind of sudden for her. Like, she knew when that was going to happen. And for me too, like, I'm used to working from home and that I come and go, and I had to be thinking, okay, when's she coming and going, and when do I have clients coming and going, and working out all of that kind of stuff as well. Because things are going to be different now, and it's different having a child at school than having a child that's more independent. And even if she does sixth form, it's still, there's kind of more flexibility than there would be now. But I'm so glad that she's getting to do more independent study, because it's way better for her than being in a timetabled environment. That was always an issue. So yay that they're over, and there's another couple of months. Don't know when the results come out, sometime in August, and so she has 9 weeks off, another 9 weeks off. But yes, I am looking forward to going away and to having fun, and to us kind of finding adventures to do together, because we're very good at doing things like that together in an autistic kind of way. What are you looking at?
Well, these cards just I think I feel. I used to use them all the time in schools, so they're kind of just very like basic feelings and pictures.
Okay,
but they were sitting beside me there, along with lots of other cards, and I just started to flick through them there, and that's what I'm doing. Do you want one? Yes,
go on.
Right. So tell me a
number.
Okay,
you flick through them. Oh, okay.
No, you tell me a number and I'll
33.
Oh, that's loads. Okay, one. Right, you'll have to talk while I'm doing this.
Okay. Well, it's funny because when you mentioned cards, I was going to mention cards, because the one I made for my dad's birthday this weekend, my dad will be 80 this coming Sunday, and I made him a card, and it arrived. I had it properly printed, and it arrived today. So I might show you my card. That's in a very different context. I was quite pleased with it.
2, 3. Right, number 33 is
okay.
This.
Oh, I like it. So we could put a little screenshot up if you like, because obviously I'm videoing this too. It's a lovely cartoon lighthouse, and the sentence is, "I am safe." And that's intensely moving, actually. Is
it intensely moving?
Well, there's a couple of connotations. So one is there's a song by a band called Nickel Creek called The Lighthouse Song, and it's a very, very moving song, and I've sung it before. And that it is, well, I'm not going to go into it. If you want to go and listen to it, go and listen to it.
No, but explain.
It's the song written by, sung by, essentially, a lighthouse, not the people in it. And it's about a man who falls in love with a lady, and she comes and sees him in his lighthouse, and then she goes away. But when she goes away, he sees her ship gets wrecked, and she dies. And he buries her in the sand on the beach by the lighthouse, and then he jumps off the lighthouse and takes his own life. But it's all narrated by the lighthouse.
It's like the lighthouse is watching this tragedy.
Is the narrator, yes, exactly. And he loves his lighthouse keeper. And
so, okay.
And, well, I mean, I am safe is a very powerful statement that not everybody gets to make all the time. We don't, particularly our particular community, often doesn't feel safe.
Psychologically safe and physically safe, I suppose.
Yeah, in the world.
And the idea of a lighthouse is that you're safe because it tells you where you are. It kind of
It
helps you to orientate you.
It orients you and orientates you, yes.
Yes.
And it guides you to safety.
It guides you to safety.
Or it warns you of danger, actually. It does depend, doesn't it?
Yes, but the lights are always on. It's that kind of thing.
And that's the other thing. So that's the other thing. And obviously that picture, that painting is a nighttime painting because that's when a lighthouse is on.
Yes.
And that's resonant as well, because that's always been my time where I feel most comfortable is at night.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just very comforting. And it's a lovely picture as well. It's a really lovely picture. It's got a crescent moon in it. Or in my family, what we call a toenail moon. So that was a good choice.
Good
I'm
choice.
glad I said that. 33.
So, yeah, we could. The next guest that comes if you want I think I feel card, come on and chat to us, give me a number.
I was just thinking it'd be a lovely thing to do, won't it? Yeah, because that kind of thing, you never know what's going to get sparked or what it'll mean, and it's always something. That's a really nice idea. I like the idea of doing that. Yeah.
So, is this your dad's King of the Castle card? Is that the thing you're talking about?
I'll go and get it. It's just next door.
So, lovely listeners, Leo has designed this card probably using some kind of AI, and he has uploaded it to
Didn't hear a word you were saying because I didn't have my headphones on.
I'm talking to the lovely listeners, not to you.
Oh, well, terribly sorry, lovely listeners, for interrupting. I'll back the fuck off.
He has uploaded it to a company. In the UK, we have companies like Funky Pigeon or Moonpig.
Yeah,
and now the actual card has arrived, so it gets printed out. Yes, it's a very big card, and it's a picture of Leo's dad
as a medieval king. Yes.
Yes, and the title is King John and His Massive Castle.
Now,
so you can describe, you can explain.
Well, the reason for so it was my mum actually. I can say all of this now because it'll be post his birthday should he listen to it. But the kind of the joint present that mum has organised is for them to go and stay in a big castle for several nights, like an experience thing. And so
in Norfolk.
I don't know where it is. Oh no, that's completely separate. Norfolk. That's just a holiday. I don't know where it is, or if there's a choice of castles, or if it's a particular one. I don't know.
Maybe it's in Carrick. I don't think you can stay.
You both stay in there. You can maybe in the marina in one of the apartments. It's not the same thing.
Right, tangents. Tell the story.
So Mum contacted me about a week ago because I've, come up with a couple of AI kind of generated or assisted imagery for birthday cards recently, and she said, "Could you get one of Dad as with a crown on as a king?" And I got him done as a medieval king standing among a castle. Does look a lot like him. Any Star Trek fans, and I imagine with our particular community there will be quite a few of those listening. My dad looks a great deal like Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek Next Generation. And so it does actually look like both my dad and Sir Patrick Stewart, standing on the turrets of a castle. Now I called it, and when I found this when this piece of artwork was produced, this is a UK reference, it really looks like the kind of painted illustration cover of a Ladybird book. And Ladybird books are these little hardback books, often nursery rhymes and fairy tales and things like that are for little children. And it looks just like the style of their illustration. So I turned it into the cover of a Ladybird book, a Ladybird easy reading book, King John and His Massive Castle. Now, there on the back, I've printed an actual Ladybird book cover, because there was actually a Ladybird book with King John as the title. It's King John and Magna Carta. And Massive Castle, they both begin M-A-C-A. And it is about the castle.
Yes. Magna Carta means what?
Oh, God, no, look it up. I'm not going to get into that.
A great map or something?
No, it's a particular document. Yes, it probably does mean that. You're quite right.
Great map in Latin. And what did it say on the back of that?
Magna Carta, on the back it says it's good to be the king.
Oh, it's good to be the king. Okay. Yes. What does
Magna Carta means Great Charter. It's a document that King John of England agreed to in 1215 at Runnymede. And Runnymede is just on the River Thames in, it's a very beautiful little place just outside of London, southwest. It was originally intended to address grievances between the king and a group of barons, but it's become a symbol of individual rights and the rule of law. So it's a very, very important document in English history, basically.
I see.
And King John is associated with it.
Yes, but those Ladybird books, yes, whenever we were kids, they just used to be like Snow White or whatever, which was just produced as a Ladybird book. But then more recently, they've started to be produced again, and they have like more like adult titles.
Yes,
like,
they do.
Yeah.
So
it kind of fits with that kind of like modern way that they're being adapted.
So there's the story of Brexit. How it works, the husband, the Ladybird book of the hangover, the Ladybird book of midlife crisis. And the other thing that I've done, this is a thing that's happened since we spoke to our friends out in Podland, is I've started making watches, and I've made my dad a watch. Yes. Everybody is getting
lovely.
It is a really nice one, actually.
I saw it on the photo, but it's nice to see it on the video.
And I hope you notice that that's right to the very second right now.
I wouldn't know because I don't have a clock anywhere near me. But is there like wee glowy up hands on that? Do those hands glow in the dark?
Let me see. I can't remember if these ones do. The ones that the two watches I made before this definitely did. So let me hold it up to light.
It probably does then.
No, I don't think these are luminous ones. No, I think these are cut-out ones. Anyway, I could swap them. When I say I make watches, I'm not a neurologist who actually makes watches from individual cogs and stuff, but you can get a watch mechanism and then a dial and then a set of hands and a case, and all these are, you mix and match them all, and it does. And I learned how to put those together, and that's what I've been doing as a new kind of focused special interest. Yeah. Yes. And so that actually took
quite a lot of your time over the weekend. Whenever you were sad and sweaty.
That one was the fastest one I've done. I did that one in about 3 hours, and the first one I made took me 3 hours just to get the second hand on, and I've got a different method of doing that now. But I've just, it's another. And I tell you what, one of the things.
How do you do it?
How do I do what?
Put the second hand on.
So I will link to a YouTube video in the show notes that shows this, because that'll be much clearer. Yes. But the hour hand and the minute hand in this particular mechanism have a little circle on them, and they drop over a spindle, right? But the second hand in the middle of that spindle is a tiny, tiny spindle that sticks up. Yeah. And the second hand has a tiny, tiny, tiny little catchment cut upside down, and it has to sit on top. And I cannot tell you how tiny, tiny this thing is. Yeah. And as I said, the first time I did it, it took me 3 hours. But somebody's come up with a tool which is just for putting on the second hand onto this mechanism. Okay. Yeah. Where, I don't know how to describe it. You get a little frame, a little circular frame, and into that frame goes two very thin pieces of semicircular plastic, one by one. Yes. And in the middle is a tiny, tiny hole. And the idea is you drop that spindle that comes out of the second hand into that hole, and then you place that whole the whole debris, onto the watch face and press it down, and it will locate it directly in. It's it's so satisfying.
So you bought one of those tools.
I bought one of those tools, and that saves me 2 or 3 hours. It halves the time in making a watch.
I can imagine that. Now, a question from about 5 minutes ago. What was the word that you used?
I have no idea.
What was the word you used for a watchmaker who can do all the
a neurologist.
And a what?
It's with an H, but it's with an H, but I think it's silent. Horologist. So that's somebody. It's a clockmaker. HORA. So like hour comes from the same root.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to look at
it.
Yeah, but you don't see it's sight yet.
Orologist.
An neurologist.
I don't know that word. Okay.
A neurologist is someone skilled in the science and practice of measuring time and creating timekeeping devices.
Okay. So you can't, you're not doing the cogs, but you're doing all the rest of the stuff.
I'm doing the stuff with the stuff that a neurologist could actually make.
Stuff that has already been made.
So I'm assembling watches from the key big parts.
And you're making watches for all the members of your family because they just very nice and neatly have birthdays each month, isn't that right?
April. Yeah, April, May, June, July, and then me in August. The mum, dad, sister and niece, all one a month. All in the third week, in fact. Whenever
you were talking there about how fiddly the watches are, Lana just went and got acrylic. Is it acrylic? Yes, it is acrylic. Acrylic nails. And I didn't really know anything about these, but she announced that she wanted this done for her birthday, actually, which is also May. Mm-hmm. And talked about the price and all, and I was like, no, I don't think so. And anyway, you're only going to be doing exams. But then my brother, who spoils her, heard that this is what she wanted for her birthday. So he said, okay, I'll pay for you to have it done after your exams, so that then you have it for the concert and you have it for the summer. And they're like utterly impractical. Like they're so long. They're like probably 3 times the length of a normal nail, and you know how tiny. Okay, so you know how tiny her little
Actually, I do, don't I? Yes,
because you adjusted a watch for her. Because Lana got a watch. Lana's all into like retro
it's
fashion.
Beautiful. It's really beautiful.
And she found a watch actually around the time of her birthday, her 16th birthday, and her daddy bought it for her. And even though it looked quite small, the smallest, it needed quite a few links taken out of it, and we didn't know how to do that. So it ended up getting sent over to the wannabe watchmaker in London. And Leo took the links out of it to make it fit her little wrist. But Lana is very, very petite, so little tiny wrists, little tiny fingers. Yes. But now these big long nails are like 3 times the length. But they're really, really, really elaborate. And, it took the appointment took 2 hours, and she was saying to me, it happened on Friday, and I had said, well, sure, I'll come with you to the appointment. And then she said, oh, it's going to take a long time. You're not just going to want to sit there. And I said, no, I'm definitely not if it's going to take that long. And the person who was doing it, was just focused the whole time, and they weren't chatting, because I said to her, what are you going to do? And she said, oh, probably I'll chat away to the nail technician. But in the end, they didn't. And she said she was just completely focused on watching the art as it developed, because it was so, every little nail has got these really elaborate designs on it. And she was talking about how they did it and the little instruments they used to do different things, and they dropped little gems in at different points and had all this apparatus, and they switched in, somebody else came to do one bit, which obviously was really tricky, but she was absolutely enthralled with all of this going on. Whole new world. It's obviously it's big business, and lots of people are all into that stuff, but I've never done anything like that, and I just can't, she's having to learn how to do everything differently, because you can't do things normally, like wash your hair, brush your hair, do anything.
Text.
Of course, the thing she learned to do the quickest was to use her phone with using her finger in a different way. Other things are just, of course, not possible, but they are possible. She just needs to learn. But Yes, so you talking about the little tools and the intricacy of it reminded me of what she said about that.
But it is the same thing, and I think that, again, she and I are very similar in that kind of thing is very attractive, because even though in my ADHD-ness and perhaps in hers, I'm not maybe the most patient person in the world with fiddly things or slow fiddly things, but when you combine that with a very, very sharp focus and a hyper focus, then it's intensely satisfying. And in fact, the way that I got into that, I suppose the two branches are that, as you know, I got a smartwatch and then I got obsessed with straps for it. And I have 20 or 30 straps for my particular smartwatch. And so that's when I got into, taking the links in and out of watch straps, because I too have small wrists and I always have to make watch straps smaller. But then also the spin that I had last year, which I talked about here, was making computer keyboards.
Of course.
And one of the YouTubers that I followed, who was into that particular hobby, one day she did a video saying, I'm not making keyboards anymore. I've done all I can with keyboards and I'm bored. But I'll tell you what I am doing. I'm making watches. And this is a really good hobby. And it's very, very similar in some key ways and then completely differently satisfying in other ways. Okay. And that's what made me think, I totally see what the link. Oh, sorry, am I boring you? Keeping you up?
I've just yawned, listeners, and I think we've also been through this on here. Leo yawns.
Not the transfer from keyboard to watch. So that's why I started. And when Lana... what I'm saying is we've been through this on here where you will make a rude statement which implies that it's wrong for me to be yawning, when actually I'm just allowing my body to I think in everyday life we'd probably make a joke like that, but on a podcast maybe it does seem like I'm making a point, which I'm not, and
I think the point is that you always yawn, and
I do.
That's just fine, but whenever I happen to yawn, then you take
while
it
I'm
as
talking in great length about
something that bores me. Well, the keyboards one really did bore me. I was really glad whenever that one moved on. Yes, but I'm more indulgent about the watches thing.
I'm not complaining. I'm definitely not complaining, and you'll get a watch out of it as well. So come on.
Hopefully, whenever it gets to be my turn.
It's your turn whenever you choose the part. I would have done it by now, but you wanted to choose. If you want to leave it to me, because nobody else has chosen anything, that watch for Dad, I thought he would like that. I think I'm right. We'll see. That's up to you.
I have to wait until the streak is over, until you've made all the ones that you need to.
Well, there's one more after this, which will be Mum's, but I can fit, it's only a day.
Well, I don't know that I would trust you or anyone to just do the choosing. So I think you'd have to sit down with me and say,
we will do that.
Choose this or this or this or this.
But the thing is, when you sent me Lana's watch, there was a couple of challenges. So one of them was that this one has painted artwork on the actual links of the strap all the way around. So you can't just take any old links out because it spoils and I wasn't able to match it exactly because it's more important that it fits than that the picture stays contiguous around the strap. But it's a kind of link thing that I've never done before. It's different to the ones I have. It's an elasticated one. Yes. So I had to find there's only one YouTube video that tells you how to do that one. Okay. And it was way fiddly because you actually might break it because you have to bend bits of metal out to take them apart. And then there is these tiny little pins like staples that hold each link together. It was really good fun. But I hadn't done it before.
But you had to also strategically choose which links you were taking out.
Yes, so that it would be as close as possible.
It would be as close as possible to the original. It's a girl. I think she's just got very big hair in one place. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Oh yeah, there's a rose in the lady's hair, and in this particular join, she's got double rows because an entire face was taken out.
It's still very clever.
It's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. If Lana's willing to have a photograph of the watch put up on our pictures page, that would be lovely because I think it is quite stunning.
She'll have to approve this whole episode because I'm talking about her quite a lot.
It's true.
I always let her hear if I talk about her, so she'll have to do quite a lot of approving or not for this episode.
Yes. We continue as well. I do want to say this. Well, now we're back, just the two of us with the listeners, and there will be other guests coming on the show, but we do get really lovely communications from some of you sometimes, and letting us know that you found us and why it's nice to have found us, and that it really does mean a great deal when we get that kind of feedback, and it's always welcome.
Yeah, we're not very good at answering all the emails in time. We have, or in what neurotypical people might say is good timing, or maybe what autistic people, I don't know. But we will get round to answering everything. You know, the way you went through a wee phase of like reading out things, recent things that people have said. You could, if you want, in this, read out a couple of recent ones, and then we could check that those people are okay, because those people might know that we've said that.
No, I think that's a lovely idea.
To do that. Like we got,
I've got them right here. I've got them right here. Here's one from Fred, and he doesn't need to be specifically identified because I actually don't know his surname. It's just said Fred, and in fact, I'm assuming he there, which may not be right. I've just recently come across your podcast on Audible. And thought, as a very late diagnosed autistic, diagnosed at 54, now 64, that I would like to say thank you for doing these podcasts. I know that there are more people of my age, yes, I'm one of them, in between exactly those two, and above, being diagnosed around the world. So I'm pleased that supportive podcasts are available to us. Again, thanks, Fred. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you so much, Fred. Thank you for taking the time.
And here's one, I will get permission for this because this could be identifiable, but I'm going to read it out. This is from Sarah, and this came in today. My mental health team suggested I listen to some podcasts while I go through this very difficult unmasking journey of late diagnosed autism, and I happened upon your podcast. I started with the Nikita episode, as she's local to me in an NHS trust. However, I've just now listened to episode 1, season 1, and just wanted to let you know that listening to the entire programme is going to be in my wellbeing plan over the next months. Kind regards, Sarah. Our response to that was, I think that we should be NHS funded in that case. if mental health teams are directing people in our direction or similar directions. It
would be nice to have a little bit of collaboration.
Yes.
With that.
We're going to be prescribed.
Yes, we're going to be prescribed.
But it is fantastic. And I genuinely, though, I'm being flippant again now, but when I hear about just our conversations, which, as we've said many times, are never planned, certainly not rehearsed, or even we don't even know what we're going to talk about when we first hit record. And then to hear about an impact like that it's either resonant or helpful or comforting, it's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And it is lovely to hear about it, not just from an ego puffing point of view, but it just makes me think, well, we're having conversations and developing a relationship, and it's having an effect on people we've never met. It's wonderful.
It is wonderful. So, lovely listeners, thank you for spending time indulging our chatter.
It's lovely to be back doing this again. It's really lovely.
We'll speak to you at some point again soon.
Yes, that's right. We will. Look forward to it. Right now.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Autistic License podcast. You can connect with us via Instagram, Facebook at autisticlicense.com, or by email at autisticlicense@gmail.com. And we spell license the British way, LICENCE. We also have a thriving Facebook community. Search for Autistic License Siana and Leo, or click on the link in the show notes.